I'm back again with the third chapter of Blue Moose, written and illustrated by Manus Pinkwater. This chapter is called Dave. Not very far from Mr. Breton's house, in a secret place in the woods, lived a hermit named Dave. Everybody knew that Dave was out there, but nobody ever saw him. Mr. Bobowitz, the game warden, had seen what might have been Dave a couple of times, or it might have been a shadow. Sometimes, late at night, Mr. Breton would hear the wind whistling strangely and think of Dave. The moose brought Dave home with him one night. They were old friends. Dave was dressed in rabbit skins, stitched together. His feet were wrapped in tree bark and moose moss. An owl sat on his head. There's Dave. Dave is very shy, the moose said. He would appreciate it if you didn't say anything to him until he knows you better. Maybe in 10 or 15 years? He knows about your gingerbread and he would like to try it. While the moose spoke, Dave blushed very red and tried to cover his face with the owl, which fluttered and squawked. Mr. Breton put dishes with gingerbread and applesauce and fresh whipped cream in front of Dave, the moose, and the owl. There was no noise but the moose slurping and Dave's spoon scraping. Mr. Breton turned to get the coffee pot. When he looked back at the table, Dave and the owl were gone. Dave says thank you, the moose said. The next night, Dave was back, and this time he had a whistle made out of a turkey bone in his hat. After the gingerbread, Dave played on the whistle like the wind, making strange sounds. The moose hummed, and Mr. Breton clicked 2 spoons, while the owl hopped up and down on the kitchen table, far into the night. And that's the end of the chapter about Dave. I'll see you soon with the next chapter.